Torx, how's it going? So we're back with Martin. It's the next day. Got my Christmas shirt on for Gile, and it's time to take all the clamps off. So this thing came out way better than I could have ever imagined. As far as gluing the back on, a lot of times you'll get shrinkage when it comes to when you take the back off. Especially on an older guitar, like something like this Roy Rogers back here, they shrink, and it's not a good thing. You get a gap all the way around, and then you got to kind of compensate for that and whatever else. Try and center it as best as you can. But didn't have to do that on this one. Everything lined up as I wanted it to, and we don't have much glue squeeze out to clean up. There's a little bit here and there that I might have to scrape off, but not bad at all. So let's check it out here. Get that one off first, and yes, I have to fix that binding on the front still. That's going to be the next thing that I do. Alright, so the only problem I had was I had to split the binding right here because the binding had shrunk some, so I got a little bit of a gap right there. Customer's not worried about it, I'm not worried about it. Got a little bit of glue squeeze out around here, a little bit here and a little bit there. I got to clean up, but other than that, it's not bad at all. So my next thing will be gluing this binding back on, and it has also shrunk, unfortunately, but I think I can line it up fairly well. The top is nice and solid now. Sounds like it should. There's no loose bracing. Back sounds like it should. So anyway, I would call that job a success. We all have successes and failures in our lines of work, and this guitar started off as an epic failure. So it's anything that we could do to help this thing is an improvement. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm actually going to use, I think, CA glue on this binding here on the top and reattach it. Not sure if I should pull it off to where it's not loose anywhere around here, so I really don't want to pull it all off. So I think what I'm just going to do is use the thick CA glue, a little brush, and get this in here as best as we can, and then again use the StewMac tape and tape it up. But that will be the next episode on this guitar. Just wanted to do a quick little snippet saying, hey, I've got this fixed, and like I say, it lined up really good. Got some squeeze out I'm going to have to clean up, but for the most part, it's back to where it should be. So just did a video on the back and how I got it attached. So now it's time to re-glue the binding here on the top. So what I've got is, if I can get it open here, some thick CA glue. Thick viscosity. I'm going to ruin a paintbrush here. And I'm going to paint the CA glue into where the binding goes. You've got some workability time with CA glue. It doesn't dry instantly unless you put the accelerator on it, then it's an instant bond, which for something like this I don't need to do. So just keep putting that around here and get it all the way as far back in here as the binding is separated. This stuff's so thick it won't squirt through the nozzle. They actually made inlays with this super glue. This 2P10 stuff is good stuff. I really like using it. The only thick super glue that I will use. Tried other ones like Glue Boost and whatever, and they don't have the viscosity that this has and the holding power. So I just about got it. Oops, let me get that on the paint or on the surface. Just about got it all the way around here. And so now get my tape over here, and I'm going to start right here in the corner and just tape that binding down bit by bit, kind of like I did to hold the back in place, but this is holding the binding in place. And again, you're going to get a little squeeze out. Try to be careful with how much I put on here, because I don't want a lot of squeeze out, because it just makes my job harder to clean everything up. So now, take this, fold her over, get everything lined up, keep it all in line. This is one of those guitars where the customer really does not care about how it looks, just wants it to structurally be sound, and I'm trying to do everything I can to not only make it structurally sound, but to make it look as good as I can. Two more. One on either side of the brake. And I'll leave that on there for, well, probably a good couple hours and let that CA glue cure. In the meantime, I'll go about doing other jobs. But as you can see, that is now attached how it should be, and that shouldn't ever come back off of there again. I think it was this side that I fixed before, and it never came back off. And as you can see, the back is back on. The binding's pretty well lined up. Got a little bit of glue squeeze out to take care of, but for the most part this guitar is about ready to go back together. So I think there'll probably be one more episode where after I get all the squeeze out and everything off of it, get it all ready to put back together, I'll restring it and you can kind of see it play. So there's no I've already taken and done a test. There's no gap underneath of the bridge or anything. The top is nice and structurally sound now with fixing that crack in there, and so everything is good. So I'm going to wrap up this episode, but thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. Hit that like and subscribe.